Are we live? We got sound here? Do we got damn sound or what? Let me know in the chat, baby. I'll have to rewind and start again. I was practicing my Charlie Chaplin. I'm about to do a Charlie Chaplin rendition, okay? I was just practicing my Charlie Chaplin, all right? Jeez, you got to practice from the best. So I was just working on my Charlie Chaplin impression. Thanks for sticking around. I'm a part-time mime. Okay, so let me rewind and restart. Behringer is about to have their breakout moment in history. I've been watching the tea leaves. I've been following it. I'm the unofficial global ambassador for Behringer, and I think I can speak on the topic when I say they're almost at full go time in their factory in China. Now, all the haters out there said, we are going to, or Behringer is this, is that, because they're just using slave labor. How unethical. Well, they also own tons of products that are made by slave labor. It ain't slave labor, man. Give me a break. Everybody that's been saying it's slave labor, it ain't slave labor. Okay? You want to see slave labor? You see it right here in America. There's slave labor everywhere. So that's all baloney. Now, is there bad things happening in China? Of course. But let me tell you what, man, I lived in Asia for like 13 years, and there's way more bad crap happening over here. Way more bad crap. Insane more bad crap here. Go downtown Philly. Hit Chicago. Hit downtown LA. You want to see how crazy it is. But anyway, Behringer's almost at full capacity to go full nuclear. You'll be able to buy direct from the factory. You'll be able to order your synthesizer with no middleman, making the product way more affordable. It's already crazy affordable, but cheaper than ever. You might end up getting a polysynth for $5 at the end of this. But anyways, you'll be able to order your product. You'll be able to go watch it getting made by 24-hour cameras, filming your product on the production line with robotics, with AI. It's probably going to be the most revolutionary synthesizer factory on planet Earth. It might even be so amazing that you might have companies like Korg, Roland, Sequential, Oberheim, Moog, InMusic, Focusrite begging Music Tribe to produce their products because they'll be able to have such a bigger profit margin. And they'll be scalping you while Behringer's coming in hot, giving it to you fresh, okay? That's what's about to go down. How do I know this? I know this because I've been watching what's going on. I've been watching the synth mafia slowly start coming around. At first, you know, what's that expression? At first they laugh at you, then they get pissed at you, then they something else, and then they love you or something. I can't remember how it goes. That dude Gandhi said it. And we're at the point now where everybody's about to be like, and you know what really happens? When Behringer comes out and gets their original product line pumping, when they're bringing you hot to trot, fully original synthesizers, because now they're just in recreation mode. I've been saying this for years now. Now they're in recreation mode where they're basically giving every employee in Music Tribe a PhD in vintage synthesized analog technology. They're giving everybody a PhD in vintage analog electronics. So when Behringer does go live with their actual one-of-a-kind, solely unique Behringer product line, it's going to blow the socks off of everybody. Everybody be walking around barefoot. That's how hot it's going to be. So I've been watching the synth mafia. I've been watching the channels. I've been watching people slowly coming around. I've been watching the grassroots upswell movement of people who finally got a voice now, who can go into live chats. They're not afraid to like be proud that they just picked up an awesome analog synthesizer for dirt cheap, high quality. Sometimes there's issues with knobs, but we think that that's getting dealt with behind the scenes. All right? Everybody is saying there's no sound. Go get some Q-tips and clean out your ears. Because from what I'm hearing, there's tons of sound, and it sounds sweet. So I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are all deaf. So 2026 is a massive year. Now, just to go a little deeper and peel back one more layer of the onion, the United States of America and China at the moment are in an epic battle of negotiation, okay? They're about to create one of probably the greatest trade deals in the history of the planet, okay? Europe's going to get left in the dust. All right? Why? You just are. So you better get on board, you better wake up, and you better get with the program that daddy's home, daddy's about to cut deals with every country on the planet, and he's the one running the show. Whether you like it or not, it's time to just start accepting it. You got nothing, you got nothing to say about it now. It's just happening. You're going to watch it in real time. So the United States of America is about to cut one of the greatest trade deals of all time with China. Once this happens, you're going to see a complementary partnership where the price of products in America, I don't know about anywhere else, I'm talking about in America, you're going to see the price of products drastically decline. We're going to be getting things for so cheap, it's going to be crazy. And it's because the jig is up, all right? It's game over. Time's up, all right? The world taking advantage of America is over, all right? And it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new kettle of fish. The fish are cooked, now they're salted, now they're battered, now about to go in the frying pan and get cooked up for everyone to eat. That's where we're at. So once this US-China trade deal gets cut, that's when you're really going to see Behringer blast off into the stratosphere, because Uli's waiting for the right moment, okay? Uli doesn't want to be charging more for synthesizers based on foolish things, okay? That's why he's out here now. He's going to give them to you for even cheaper. I mean, he already came out and said he's going to, if my life had a theme song, what would it be? If my life had a theme song, it would be Working for the Weekend by whoever sings that. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody's got some beat that time. That would be my theme song. That and that Rocky song, Hearts on Fire. That'd probably be my theme song, actually. Hearts on Fire. Hearts on fire, strong desire, feel it in your dreams. But anyway, yeah, Lover Boy, that would be my third one. And Informer by Snow. That would be my fourth one. So yeah, Behringer's come out years 2026. I feel it. You know I got that synth crystal ball. You know I know when stuff's coming along. You know when I got a vibe. And I'm telling you right now, coming into the fall before Christmas, we're probably going to get something super hot coming out. And then once we get into 2026, I'd say March of 2026, around there, we're going to see mega steam pick up. Because that's when the crux, the inflection point, that's when the moment will hit where all cylinders are firing in every sense of the word, okay? Where everything will hit that singularity. And we're going to start seeing product after product. And then, listen, everybody thinks that it's over. It's just getting started. We are just finishing, bringing back, reviving the analog ghosts of the past that the customer has been begging for. They've been begging Korg. They've been begging Moog. They've been begging Roland. They've been begging Sequential. Please, for the love of Synth God, will you bring back these epic synthesizers? What do they say? We can't. Don't know how to do it no more. It's like all these synth companies are NASA. It's like, we can't go back to the moon. We don't know we lost the technology. We don't know how to make it anymore. I mean, we made it in the 60s and 70s, but we just can't do it. Sorry. And it's like, what? So Behringer's like, hold my coffee. Let me recreate these vintage synthesizers that everybody's asking for. Not only that, let me give them to you for a regular price, because the boys are just gouging you on the used market, running a vintage synth mafia racket. They should be all charged for racketeering for the price fixing they've been doing on all these synthesizers. But not no more, because the sheriff's in town now, and he's basically said, Nah, we're going to recreate these for you. We'll get them done. We'll get them back. We'll get them in your hands. And when we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to come out and we're going to give you the originals that we've been working on for the last 10 years. Because the DeepMind, you know what the DeepMind was? The DeepMind was a tease, okay? Because the DeepMind is arguably, minus the screen issues, but as a first synthesizer, the DeepMind that was done almost like a tribute to Uli. If you go watch Uli's interview, one of the bros was like, Uli, man, I made this for you, bro. Because I know, you know, that synthesizer you made back in the day. Here's this. Uli was like, let's give this to the people, okay? So then what do you got? You got the DeepMind, which was arguably, and you got scholars saying this, all right? I was talking to a few cats in the universities, and you got scholars saying that DeepMind is one of greatest synthesizers ever released at the price point. When we're talking price to sound to feature ratio, the DeepMind is like arguably the greatest of all time. The GOAT, okay? The horned GOAT. The greatest of all time, the DeepMind. And that was their first. Then what happened? They were like, all right, let's get all these vintage synths made because that's what the people want. Let's get them in their hands. Plus it's genius marketing. Plus it's a great little gimmick. Plus it works perfect for our business plan. Plus it trains all of our engineers, everybody, and gives them all a PhD in vintage analog electronics. And then we'll hit them. We'll hit them with the diamonds. You know, we'll hit them with the we'll hit them with the platinum coated triple truffle diamonds. And we'll hit them nonstop. And then we're at that. By that time, all these other synthesizers that came out. Listen, you're telling me Behringer can't do a Moog Messenger? Moog Messenger's easy work, okay? Moog Messenger's easy work. They could have a Moog Messenger clone out in 2 weeks, all right? You think the friggin' sequential form, whatever it's called, that's easy work. That's basic, all right? That's basic math. That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that all that stuff can. You think the TR-1000 is something revolutionary? That's easy work. That's easy work. I love Roland. I love Korg. I love them all. Don't get it twisted. I love every one of them. But it's easy work. Okay? The hard work is creating a fully automated, AI integrated factory on a mass scale that can now produce all these synthesizers for even cheaper than you were getting them. And when I say cheap, I'm talking about price, not quality. That is what's epic. That is the hard work. Making these synthesizers is easy work. They've all been making you think it's hard. It is hard, but it ain't that hard, okay? When it comes to an actual like $1 million companies. You know what's hard? Hard is PWM making synthesizers. That's what hard. Pretty much a 3-man show. Hard is Fred's Lab, designing one of the greatest synthesizers ever and building it himself in his house, okay? That's hard. Sequential, Moog, Korg, Roland, those guys designing synthesizers is easy work. So whatever you ask for, they should be able to do. Plain and damn simple. All right? This is the Attitude Era. Someone subscribed the other night. I said, buckle up, baby. Just because I'm chilling on here with a pair of red light glasses, chilling with a friggin' smoking jacket on, relaxing, doing a Synths and Chill stream. Don't think when you wake up in the morning and I'm 2 coffees deep that you're not going to get the full throttle, pedal to the metal. So I had to give people disclaimers now. When they subscribe, they might get one night where I'm relaxed. They might be getting me in the car going full bro synth. I'm telling you straight what's up. But that's what the people want. That's what the people ask for. That's what I was tasked to do. That's what I'm employed by the people to do, is bring it to you hot. Like a hot tamale. All right? Burn the lips off you. Force you to drink milk when you know it's nasty. All right? That's what I've been told to do. Because who the hell likes milk? It's gross. The only milk you should, if you're going to drink gross ass milk, You know what you should do? You should go grab an udder, bend over, and squeeze that straight milk right down your throat, like Tactical Midi did, taking that pre-workout. Boom, plug your nose, down the hatch. That's the only way people should be drinking milk. And if you can't do it that way, put a freaking pint glass under there, squeeze the udder, go throw it in the fridge for a half hour and knock it back. Don't be drinking that nasty ass pasteurized milk run through these huge vats. You know, all that stuff's full of gross stuff, man. That's full of pus and blood, and they filter all that out, and then they take out all the good stuff, and then all you're drinking is some white, gross, nasty, pasteurized filth. Okay? But point is, when I'm bringing you the hot news and the hot takes, it's like a hot tamale that will force you to go get a glass of milk. That was the point. All right? So 2026 is Behringer's breakout year. 2026 is the year where they probably will end up getting full respect from every member of the Synth Mafia, full respect from the Synth Illuminati. There'll be war, there'll be battle, but I'll guarantee you right now, these companies, I mean, it's already known. We broke the story that Music Tribe's subsidiary Cool Audio has components in all the major companies. Allegedly, there's Cool Audio 808 and 909 components inside the TR-1000. So basically, the TR-1000 is a Behringer. We broke that story. We broke the Moog Mirror story, aka the Moog Muse. So I'm just telling you, stay tuned for 2026. It's going to be an exciting year. I gotta hit the work. I gotta work about 18 hours now, and then I gotta get home. Everybody's been asking me for the Kiviak Instruments Wofi. They want to hear me take it to the limit, so I'm going to take it to the limit for you because I work for you. And whatever you ask for, if it ain't too crazy, I shall give and you shall receive. Swoop, swoop.